Hello. Okay, let's try to get this set up here. Don't know if you can hear me or not. Okay, first time. You gotta give me a minute. Figure this out. Turn the volume down on this one. Alright, so I'm testing this live stream thing out. Let's see if it works. I have a delay here for some reason. Not sure why. Huh. Let's try to refresh this. No, there's still a delay on it. Okay, let's see if anybody pops in. I did not put a comment or anything in the community things to let anyone know that I was actually doing a live stream tonight. So we may not get anybody in here. And this is the first time trying it with this camera and using the iPad on the side to do. Hi, stepping back in time, Kentucky. How are you tonight? Because I can't see comments and stuff on that. So I'm trying to do it from here. And this is my first time trying this, or just giving it a little test. So we'll see how it works or not. Okay. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Went and voted today and then had to run to Walmart. Our little guy's birthday is tomorrow. He's turning 6. And so we had to pick up some last minute things for that. And so then my mom needed to run to the grocery store. So we ran there. And then when we got home, we had to take care of all of the animals and everything. So we were rushing around as fast as we could, trying to get it done before it got dark outside. And so North, Mark is his actual name. It's my nickname for him is North because he's from the north, I'm from the south. We've been married 28 years, and a lot of those years we butted heads just like the north and the south. Thankfully, we got past all of that stuff, and well, you know, I still like to get my way, so I don't give in too easy. But so it's just our little nicknames for each other, you know. Like he does something dumb, and I'll say north, and then I'll do something dumb, and he'll say south. So oh, good, good, good. Thanks for letting me know that the picture and sound is good. I have to remember to look over here to the iPad. I have to try to remember to look there so that I could see comments and everything. So thank you. I appreciate that. You're just going to have to bear with me, though. Like I say, this was just kind of a last minute, let's do a test run on this live thing. See if anybody just wants to hang out. But anyways, we rushed around and we got the animals all taken care of, and then we had to come in and get supper ready and everything, and we just had breakfast for supper. I just slapped some scrambled eggs and ham and biscuits and gravy in, and we called it good. So then I was trying to get all of this set up. I am so unorganized today, and I was rushing around thinking, I should just probably put this test off. But, yeah. So, what you been doing today, stepping back? Any funny stories or anything? Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Election night is always a bundle of nerves, and I thought, oh my goodness, I do not want to sit for hours and have to um, wait on them saying, well, this state won and blue, and this state won red, and all of that, and then have to watch for hours and hours with your nerves all tore up. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try to do a live tonight and then just chit chat with people, anyone who shows up, and um, just try to burn some time and then wait to the last minute and then see who wins. Hi, Sandra Dale. How are you? Been running all day, stepping back. Stepping back in time, Kentucky. I see you on all kinds of other live streams. I always notice your name. Yeah, running all day, voting, and shopping. That's pretty much what we did too. Oh, goodness. Uh, yeah. So, did anybody catch the Stivers live last night? Stivers Homestead? They told some funny stories about um, trick or treating and putting their tree up and stuff. It cracked me up when they were talking about the flocking tree. Those beautiful white Christmas trees. Yes, they are a hoot. They sure are. My kind of peeps. But yeah, we've had a flocked tree for years. Oh, you missed it? Oh, you'll have to go check it out. It's really good. Hi, RG Homestead. How are you tonight? But so years ago, my mom, my sister-in-law, and I, we all got flocked trees, and my sister-in-law and I had never had them before. And so after putting, good, good, good. After putting um, the tree up, we put ours up before our sister-in-law did, and she has hardwood floors. And oh, that stuff was just everywhere. And my mom had had a flock tree before, so she said, oh, make sure you put something down underneath it to catch the stuff, because when you start spreading the branches and stuff apart, it's going to go everywhere. And she was so right. So I did that, but it was still just everywhere, and oh, it was the biggest mess ever to clean up. And so we always put our trees up really early, and my sister-in-law hadn't put hers up yet. So I was trying to tell her, well, make sure you put something underneath it to catch all of that. Hardwood floors. She would have been months cleaning that stuff up. And so she didn't quite understand what we were talking about, and so she put like a sheet down on the floor, and then she started putting the Christmas tree together. So it did catch all of the majority of the flock stuff that fell off, but then she was like, oh no, how am I supposed to get this out from under this tree? Instead of wrapping it around the tree stand, she had it underneath the tree stand. And so, oh man, it was a big mess. They had to pick it up, and then more of that stuff fell everywhere, and um, then trying to get the sheet out from under the tree. Uh, oh, it just went everywhere. And so we just had a great time we had made Candyland themed decorations that year, so we made her a set to go on her tree. And so when we went to help her decorate it, we were just busting up laughing. I mean, every time we would say something, somebody would say, "What the flock?" for the flocking tree. And I mean, it was just a big o funny for the longest time. Um, we still have our tree, but the problem with those trees are after a couple of seasons, they start turning like a yellowy color, and a ton of the flock is already gone by then. And so last year, mine was a mess, so I took it out and I bleached the heck out of it on the back deck. And it did turn it all, well, it helped a little bit, but then I thought, oh, this isn't good enough. So I put it in our stand up shower, and I just really doused it with bleach, and it came out so clean. But unfortunately, most of the flock came out of it. So I'm probably going to have to get a new Christmas tree this year, and it will not be another flocking tree. Okay, let's see. Let's see. These two are a hoot. Yeah. Dale, I missed it. RG Homestead. Good evening. And all in the chat room tonight. Hope y'all are doing well. Or the boot scooting down the stairs. Oh my goodness. My family has this major problem with laughing when people almost kill themselves. If we would have been there, we would have been busting up laughing, saying, "Are you okay?" Oh, so I could totally see Zach cracking up laughing at her as she's going down the steps. But oh my goodness, it's scary, but we just have this laughing reflex. I don't know why. But yeah, that was hilarious when they were talking about it. Okay. Sounds like a mess of a time. Yes, those flock trees are definitely a big mess. Beautiful, beautiful trees, but huge mess. And then if you have a kitten, oh lordy be. Our son, he got a kitten, I think it was last year, and at Christmas time, she's still young and nosy, and she would get in our tree, climb up in there, and just big mess. So if you have a kitten or a cat that likes to get in your Christmas tree as it is, woo-wee, you're talking about a big old mess. We've had the same tree for 10 years and it still looks good. Yeah, the tree that we had before we got the flocked tree, it was pretty old, and it was just beautiful. What happened though is that it was pre-lit, and something happened to the lights, and it just would not light up anymore, and we were kind of scared to plug it in because we didn't know exactly what was causing the lights not to work. And so that's when we got the flocked tree. Yeah, bear with me. I'm not good at this. This is the first live. Just thought we'd hang out. Hey RG, did you put a new video up today? I haven't got to play online today. We were running all day, and then as soon as I got home, we had to take care of animals, and then fix supper, and then eat, and then I had to try to get this all set up. My phone needed a new card on it, so I had to do that. And then the stinking thing wouldn't get online, so I'm like, what in the world? Why won't this get online? And then finally it did. So I haven't got to go around seeing if anybody posted new videos today. Let's see. You're doing fine. More people will come on. That one went away. It goes away on the phone, so that's why I'm looking over here, because I don't think oh yeah, I I did barely get it finished reading before it went away on the phone. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, you know what? It don't really matter if anybody else comes on or not. We just chat and get to know each other right here. RG must have left. He's not commenting. Anyone else put out today? I was watching Leave Her Wild last night. She had a live going. You love my haul videos. Oh, you know what flocked is now. That does not look like fun. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Did you ask that up earlier? What a flocked tree was? It's that thick white snow stuff all over it. And it does come off. You had a good haul today? Oh, I'll have to swing over after this. Stepping Back in Time had a good haul today. Have to go check them out. Penny shopping. Oh, I tried that and I never could find the good deals. Hi, Two Family Homestead. Happy Election Day. We're over here just testing out this live stream stuff. Just hanging out so our nerves don't get tore up over all the election stuff. Oh, you didn't make a video? Oh. I would have liked to have seen that. I watch other people do that, and I'm like, how in the world do they find all of that? Just think of it as another Tuesday. Two Family Homestead. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't do that. I go back and forth, back and forth. Who are they saying won this state? Who are they saying won that state? And I said, oh, I don't want to do it this year. I'm just gonna wait until real close to the end and then turn it on and see who actually won. I appreciate the stopping in to show some support to Family Homestead. You all are the ones that actually inspired me to try this live. I'm really nervous about it. I'm like, I'm not going to have anything to say. Who's going to come and listen? Well, where did you go shopping at Stepping Back in Time, Kentucky? Yeah, I'd like to know that too, Stepping Back. Then penny shopping. Oh, yeah, I was saying that. See, my mind goes crazy. Oh, Dollar General store. Yeah, I had seen some people do some hauls like that, and they would take their phone in and they would scan the barcodes or something like that. But I didn't know where they went to figure out what was what, and I'm like, a penny? You got it for a penny? It's amazing, actually. Oh, for those penny sales. I've never been able to find any. Me either. Me either. I'm not the greatest deal finder though either. Even like at yard sales and everything, always get there before me. They always get the good stuff and the good deals, and then they're showing me and telling me, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it. Take some digging. Yeah, I would say so. We used to Two Family Homestead. Apparently, we need to go to Kentucky and go with Stepping Back. Yes, maybe they can teach us some stuff. um, yeah, we used to do couponing and stuff, and I really liked that, but it took a lot of time. And the more that you do the couponing, the better you get at it, the better savings that you get at it. Um, but then we had our son, and he did not sleep. He would sleep all through the day and all through the night, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. And our pediatrician kept saying, oh, just give him a couple months and he'll straighten right out and start sleeping at night. A couple months came and went, and I told her, you lied to me. This child is still not sleeping. And he was like almost, close to 5 months old by the time he finally slept all night, and we just walked around like zombies the whole time. We were just exhausted. And so something had to go, and it was the couponing. I do not have time for that. I missed something here. Let's see. Sandra Dale says, I've never been able to find any either. I did find a purse for 87 cents. Hey, well, that's a bargain right there. Stepping back in time, Kentucky, some people have even been finding vacuum cleaners for a penny. Really? No, I'm not lucky when it comes to that kind of stuff. Even like farm animals and stuff, I'll just miss it. Just miss a good deal. I'm just not that lucky kind of person. Maybe it's because I've never had any kind of lucky number or anything like that. Some people, they're like, oh, that's my lucky number. Who knows? I've never had one. As I say, you're just lucky when you stumble upon things. So tomorrow is our little boy's birthday. He will be turning 6. He is a sight and a half. He loves to be on camera, a big old ham. And he wanted a fire truck birthday cake. And we're actually going to celebrate his birthday this weekend because North is off work this weekend. So I am going to have to go around tomorrow and try to find fire truck stuff to put on it, which shouldn't be too hard because it's pretty common for little boys. And make him his favorite cake, which of course is chocolate because he's a kid. And decorate it all up in fire truck stuff. I would rather have not had to get out and about tomorrow and go shopping again, but it'll be alright. Let's see. 17-18.6 ounce cans Campbell Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup for 17 cents. Oh yeah, that's a great deal, stepping back in time, Kentucky. A really great deal. And you got that at Dollar General? Two Family says I'm definitely going to go shopping with you. Yeah. Shouldn't be difficult. Our 4-year-old grandson loves fire trucks. Yes. Landon has been into Thomas the Train for years and Paw Patrol. And it's really shocking. We ask him what he wants, and it's always the same kind of stuff. What's his name? Marshall, the fire dog on Paw Patrol, and anything Paw Patrol, and anything Thomas the Train. He loves the Trackmasters, which are the plastic tracks, but his favorite are the wooden trains with the wooden tracks with the little magnet trains. He'll have those things stretched out all the way from his room all the way down the hallway and stuff, and he's got 10 million of them. Sorry, need to go. Daryl is getting ready for Tech Tuesday. Oh, thanks for stopping in to Family Homestead. Have a great show. Yes, so the fire truck cake should not be hard at all. Let's see. Stepping back in time, Kentucky saved over $40 just on those. Yeah, no kidding, because those things are not really cheap. I think just the little cans of that is over $1. I think. I don't know. I don't normally buy the chunky kind because we have a kiddo and he just likes the plain chicken noodle soup. We have stuff in our. There are 2 toys if you can find them. There are toys if you can find them. See that little bitty screen there? I can't read it very well. I'll just have to keep looking over here to see. My cord is too short, so I couldn't get it. Well, I could probably get it just a little bit closer, but then it's in the screen there. Yeah, lots and lots of toys. I'm just gonna make him a little quick cake and just stick some little toys on there, or maybe some Matchbox cars or something like that in fire trucks. Just whatever I can find. He doesn't really care about the cake all that much. He looks at it and he says, "Oh, that's awesome," and then that's it. He's more about eating it than looking at it. Blowing out the candles, of course, every kid likes to do that. Oh. We've still got a trunk load of stuff in my car. We've got big bag of sugar, a big bag of, I think it's 20 pounds or 25 pounds, one or the other, of self-rising flour, and then one of all-purpose flour, and oh yeah, icing. It's got to have icing. And let's see, what else do we have in there still yet? All the stuff. I know there's some more oatmeal in there, and I think, yeah, I got some of the big number 10 cans of tomato sauce, and that's still in the trunk of the car. Oh, yeah, my mom did find some canning jars today at our local Walmart. Shocking. we have had the hardest time finding that stuff in our area ever since the you know what hit. And everybody went out panic buying and stuff. We've had a very, very hard time getting a hold of anything like that. And she got 1 case of pint-sized jars and 1 case of the half-gallon jars. So I was thrilled that she got that. Yeah. See, she was going in to buy birthday presents, so Little and we just sat in the car. He was watching a movie on his DVD player, and so, yeah, she scored those. I was like, yes. You know, Sandra Dale, I have some people in California that I know, and they have not had any problems getting canning jars or anything this year. They're just like everywhere, and it's like, sheesh, you can hardly find lids or canning jars or anything like that around here. Mason has stopped production till I think March. Yeah, I heard that too. I wish that they wouldn't, because with the problems that people have had already this year getting them, then it's just going to be the same problem next year. I think a lot more people have woken up to how fragile our food system is. And I don't think that we're going to just be able to go to the store and buy mason jars next season. I think they're going to keep buying them because, it does take a while, and it can get costly if you're trying to buy quite a few at a time. So I think that's probably going to be a big mistake on the mason jar factories. We ordered a bunch of lids from Tadler and a bunch from Harvest Garden. Yes, we ordered a case of Tatler lids also. Out of Reed City, Michigan is actually where they came from. I didn't know that that's where their factory was. But yeah, they came in, and so I was excited to have that. I would love to have a whole bunch more Tatler lids. That way you don't have to worry about, not being able to find the ones that you can, basically just use once and then toss them out. Which I know, you can use those on dry canning, or some people do risk reusing them, which is okay if that's what they want to do. It's their money and their food and their family, and if they feel like doing that, then hey, that's up to them. So we don't tend to reuse them for that. That's just our personal preference on it. However, the Tatler lids are actually made for that. So yeah, I ordered me a case of those. They're still sitting in there because I have been using, all growing season, canning season time, I was using just the regular ball lids. I did get some of the Walmart brand Mainstay, or I think something like that, I think is the name of them. And I haven't tried any of them yet. So I don't know if they're really good or not. We'll just have to wait and see. We canned like crazy this year. I've still, my entire dining room table still has canning stuff loaded on it. We were building shelves in our pantry. We converted one of our bedrooms into a walk-in pantry, and we still don't have the middle shelving going down the room, and that's where all of this canning canning jars is supposed to go. And since it's not done yet, we literally cannot eat at our dining room table. There are canning jars covering the entire thing filled with food. So we were supposed to get that last shelf built this weekend, but I don't know if we're actually going to get to it or not. Let's see. Stepping back in time, Kentucky. We haven't used our Tattlers. We didn't. They didn't arrive until after garden was done. Yeah, yeah, they are on back order. We had ordered ours right when um, the pandemic started, and even right then, it got delayed like 3 weeks. But we got ours in pretty quick that way. I had already had some boxes of it, but not enough to like do a year's supply of canning or anything. I still don't have that much, even with a case of them. Nothing wrong with that. Are you talking the food all over the table? It's a mess. It really is. Really is a mess. So, North and I have been eating at our recliners, and Little has one of the old school desks, and it sets. We set it in the living room, right at the edge of the kitchen, um, and he colors on it and this and that, and so he uses the bottom part where kids would stick their books and stuff in, notebook and all that stuff in. He calls it his mailbox, so he gets all the junk mail and he throws it in there. And we have to go digging it out every now and then, clean it all out, and then he throws a fit. No, that's my mail. Yeah, well, more mail comes just about every day. We gotta get rid of some of it. But he's been eating there at his little desk. So it has been a little pain in the tush, and we really do need to get that last shelf built and put in there so that this mess can be cleaned up. Because I need my table back, and here it is getting ready to be Thanksgiving, when I certainly need my table back. Oh. You got any questions or anything like that you'd like to know? We just chit chat and learn a few things about each other. I don't know if you've seen the video about our cows being naughty, would not stay in the fence. The fencers weren't working, and they realized it, and we've had a hard time keeping them in. And I finally got sick and tired of chasing them all over and having to put them up every day. So I put them in timeout in the barn. They've been in the stall. And so they are not very happy with me right now. But tomorrow, hopefully, the new fencer will be in, and then we can get that hooked up and get the cows back out where they belong. And we need to corral the baby goats and put them in a stall in the barn, and get them all situated for the winter time. And I need to get their tattoos done. I was supposed to do that last Sunday, and it just, time got away from me, this and that, and we didn't get it done. And so I still need to do that. Bullheaded cows. Oh yeah. Oh, they are so sweet when you're out there with them, but oh my goodness, if they know that a fencer is not working right, they're little stinkers. They'll go right through it. But yeah, we need to get the baby goats' tattoos done, and get them all situated for winter time, and get them moved back down to the barn, and then put our buck. His name is Red Moon. He's a sweet, sweet boy, blue-eyed, pretty boy, and he puts moon spots on his babies. Well, not on all of them, but on some of them. And so we need to put him back in with the mama goats so that we can have springtime babies. It's always fun to have springtime babies. We usually keep the goats down at the barn during the winter time, but I think this time we're going to just put the young babies down at the barn. And, well, I have to refix the fence where the neighbor's horses busted it down, but other than that, that'll be kind of a quick fix. I mean, that won't take me more than an hour to fix that fence. And then they'll stay down there for the winter, and they've got their little playground down there, so it'll be big fun. I wish I could catch them on video, but as soon as they hear or see me, they're so spoiled rotten that they just stop what they're doing and just start calling at me and everything. And I just can't sneak up to set the camera up long enough to catch them actually playing on it. But it's the cutest thing. So Mama and Buck will be up in a different paddock for the whole winter. I definitely don't want the Buck breeding to the little ones. Way too early for that for them. Plus, that's their daddy, so we don't want that happening either. I'm going to have to go online and find me an unrelated buck. I would love to find one that's golden colored with blue eyes. Oh, I love them golden color goats. I think they're so pretty. And a few years ago, we did actually buy one. I drove way up in Ohio and got me one, and he was pretty. He didn't have blue eyes, but he was beautiful. And his mom was a milker and a half, and so I got him home, and then just something happened. And I mean, he was here for like 2 months, and then he was just dead one day. Then when I went out there, and I was like, what in the world happened? Now he was down in an area close to our neighbor's house and the stream, and our neighbors have tons and tons of copperheads. They're always battling, trying to get rid of them. We don't see a lot on our land, but Lordy be, we pray all the time for them not to be on our land. And so I don't know if he got bit or something. Um, but yeah, he was just a little guy, and it was just something else. Let's see. We keep our goats in front of the house. The baby lamb. Oh, day baby lamb. It every time we walk outside. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's ours. As soon, I mean, if I make the least little sound and they hear me, they start going crazy. We have a black, blue-eyed Nigerian in with our does. I love the black ones too. I do. I think my favorite is the gold and white, um, but my second one is white and black. And I love the blue eyes. I eventually want all of my goats to have blue eyes. Hello, Heirloom Permaculture. Thanks for stopping in. We're just chit-chatting so that we don't get our nerves all tore up over all the election stuff going on. But yeah, we had 7 baby Nigerian dwarfs this year, and we kept 5. Well, one of them died. We think it got snake bit, and so we kept 5 out of them. And the little male that we kept, he is really pretty colored, and he's the only one out of the babies that did not end up with his daddy's blue eyes this year. But all the girls did, and so we have that going. But none of our adult girls have blue eyes. They don't. Just our buck does. I don't know how everybody else sets this up to where they can see the comments as they're doing the live. It's a little weird having to keep looking over and seeing if you missed something or not. I don't really have any funny stories today, which is weird with a going on 6-year-old. Usually there's always something funny going on with him. But we were in such a hurry that we don't have any funny animal stories to say today. It's just been a busy day running around and everything. I had to take a sinus pill today. Shoo, something is in the air. Well, so did Little. I had to give him some Zyrtec. We both have sinus issues, and he's really bad with it. If someone so much as walks by him with perfume on that doesn't agree with him, his little face will start turning red. His ears will turn red and stuff. He had an extreme case of sensitive skin, is what his pediatrician called it, and oh my goodness, it took us a while to finally find something that we could even bath him in that wouldn't irritate him. We even tried all the oatmeal stuff and the Aveeno, all of that stuff, and so like I say, somebody just walks by him with perfume on, and it'll mess with him. Something was in the air today. We both had to take Zyrtec. Let's see, stepping back in time, Kentucky. We had a set of twin doelings from our Nubian doe and Nigerian buck last year. One had blue eyes. I like the Nubian does. Well, the Nubian goats, not just the does. And I hear they give a lot of milk and stuff, but I also hear that they can clear fences fairly easy. And I didn't want to take a chance on that. We use something called timeout for skin issues. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I've never heard of it. He outgrew that part as far as his skin actually breaking out and everything. Um, but we still have to use stuff that has no fragrances or anything like that in it. Nice and gentle. He's about the only coming up. Well, he'll be 6 tomorrow, so you might as well say 6. The only 6-year-old that I know that still uses baby shampoo and baby soap. He smells good though. That's so mild that it doesn't really bother him, but it took a while for that to even, for him to grow out of it enough for that to even work without breaking his skin all out and everything. And it just wasn't his face, it was his whole body. He extremely sensitive. Extremely sensitive. But I will have to check that out. Let me write that down. I have a pencil here. I thought, oh, well, you never know. Somebody may give you some good ideas or something like that, and that is. Let's see. Time out for sensitive skin. I will definitely look that up. Thank you for commenting that. Let's see. Ours are not bad about jumping out of fences, but gave a gallon. Yes, that's what I heard, about a gallon a day. Well, all of ours are little Nigerian dwarfs, and it's because we did not want to have them jumping out of fences and stuff. It's made with thyme oil. Yeah, when I seen the spelling of it, I thought, okay, it has to do with the herb. Yeah, I will definitely look it up. Thanks again for that. Our fences are, I don't think they're quite 5 feet. They might be, but I don't think so. But our little Nigerian dwarfs, they can't clear it. Well, we had a little buck named Splash, Sir Splash a lot, and he would get out of anything. But what he would do with the fencing, actually going over the top of the fence, was he would find a spot where the T-posts were not as close together. It's like he would scope them out. And as soon as he found an area that was just enough of give in the fence, then he would just be over the top of that. But any of the spots where the T-posts were close enough together and the fence was nice and tight, then he couldn't get out of that. But if he could find a spot to get underneath it, if he could get his nose underneath it, he would push until he was out. But, yeah, we should have named him Houdini. I mean, that goat could get out of just about anything if he wanted to. Cute as can be. Cute as can be. But, and when he did get out, he didn't really go very far, you know. So it wasn't. My concern is because our land is on both sides of the road, and we live on a dead-end street, but we still have a lot of traffic that goes down our road. And my concern was that he would be in the road and end up getting hit. Stepping back in time, Kentucky, our fence is 4 feet. Goat and sheep wire, 4 feet tall. Yeah, I think that's what ours is too. Well, we have a couple of different kinds. We have that garden fencing, and then we have field fencing, and then we have electric fencing. But he's the only one we ever had a problem with getting out of the fences like that. And we just sold him and our little gray and white buck. well, I call him gray and white, but um, oh, I can't think of the coloring. He was heavy white overlay, buckskin. My mind just would not think of buckskin. Let's see. The Nigerian Billy has learned some spots that were not tight enough. He can. Oh yeah. Oh, he has horns and walk under it. Yeah, we took the horns off of all of ours. They were just butted all as babies because we have a little and we did not want to risk him getting hurt at all. Um, he likes to go in and play with all of the animals around here. He even gets in the rabbit tractor and plays with the rabbits. Um, so he likes to get in with all the animals. So we did not want to risk that. Now our cows, I did not um, dehorn them. I disbud them. I'm not really sure what you would call it in cows. We've never had cows before, and we got these as bottle babies. And our son would go out and play with them and stuff, and they would chase him around and everything. He'd have a good time with them and stuff. But now they're growing horns, and I think that I've missed that. They're 6 months old now, and I think I've missed that opportunity to use the debutter on them. Butter up, baby. But I think I missed that opportunity to do that. I'm not really sure, and I don't want to harm them trying to do it. Now the two boys are going into freezer camp, but the girl we were actually planning on keeping and breeding her and milking her and stuff. But I don't know how well that's going to go with horns, and I'm not sure if you can like put the bands on their horns. Um, like you can other animals, if that will work for cows or not. But I think I need to go online and I need to check it out more and see if there's anything that I can do about it. Because I think it would probably be a pain in the hind end to try to milk her if she's got horns. And these are Holstein cows. Um, they're purebred Holsteins, and I'm not really sure how big their horns will get. I don't know a whole lot about cows. It's one of those fly by the seat of your pants moments. You know, I seen an ad. Oh, we have bottle calves for sale, and I'm like, oh yes, let's go get some. No, no plan, no idea how to take care of them. Just a real quick search on, how often you have to feed them and what you have to feed them. And in the vehicle, and halfway across Kentucky I went and came home with bottle babies. Whoa! But that was definitely a learning experience. Um, Boy, those little baby cows, they'll sure suck a whole bottle of milk down very, very fast. And oh, they'll nudge the fire out of you. We had them, we put their bottle holders separate, and then we tied lead lines at each bottle feeder in a certain stall in the barn. And we put collars on all of them the same color as the lead lines. That way, if I wasn't the one out feeding them, then whoever else was out feeding them would know which baby went in which area. And so that kind of worked out pretty good. But whew, after about the 100th trip walking, now see, our house is on one side of our land, and the barn is like catty cornered and down on the other side of our land across the road. And shoo, after 100 trips of taking bottles down to feed the calves, it was like, what did I get myself into? I am tired. Let's see. We have a lot of coyotes, so we let them. We have a lot of coyotes, so we let them keep them for defense. Oh, the horns, and I just can't stomach burning or cutting. Yeah, we don't really have coyote problems here. All of our neighbors say that that there's coyotes around and that they hear them. Um, but we used to live up north, and we had coyotes like literally in the field from our house, and our horses would just go nuts when they would hear them. And we lived there for 10 years, and 10 years of hearing those coyotes all the time, right outside of your house. Um, you kind of remember what that sounds like, and I never hear coyotes around here. Oops, sorry, but our neighbors, they keep saying, yeah, we have coyotes, we have coyotes. I've not seen any, I've not heard any. And the neighbors, one of them that says that is just two houses down from us. And I don't hear them. But yeah, good protection if you have coyote problems and stuff. But um, a lot of the concern was with us is our son, and not only that, but I had heard horror stories of goats getting stuck in the fences with their horns, and that kind of worried me some. So we just done them as babies, and the first ones that we got, we bought from other people, of course, and they were already disbudded. And oh, the little babies, they go crazy when you're just budding them, but just seconds later, they're perfectly fine. And so, you know, for our area and our farm, it just works out better that they be disbudded. But yeah, a lot of people they choose not to disbud them and to keep the horns on them. Just personal preference and what your plans are with them. We have registered Nigerian dwarf goats, and so we didn't want to risk them not being able to be in the show ring because they still have horns on them. So that's another reason too. Let's see. Banding works. You sometimes have to cut the skin around the horn for the band to cut off the blood supply, which is where lidocaine and duct tape come in. Duct tape? What would you do with the duct tape? See, I know nothing about cows. I feed them and I water them, and I gave them their shots that they were supposed to have, and yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure what the duct tape would be for. I thought it was just bands that you just slip down over their horn or something. Coyotes are so bad here. They come right in the front yard in the middle of the day and try to catch chickens. Wow, that's quite brave of them to come in the middle of the day and right in your yard. They must be starving to risk that, or they've just gotten so used to the sounds and stuff that they're willing to risk it. Not against disbudding, just can't do it myself. I can do the banding. It was really hard the first time that I disbudded baby goats. I was practically scared to death. Am I going to do it too long? Am I going to injure them? Am I going to kill them? I mean, and then the way they sound when you're doing it. Actually, they start doing that sound before you even get the iron around them. And so I don't know how much of it is, that They just don't want to be held down, and they don't want away from their mamas, and they don't know what you're doing to them versus the actual disbudding. Because ours, I don't know about everybody else's, but ours, they're like little drama goats. I mean, as soon as you try to put them down to hold on to them so they can't move around and get then they just start going nuts. You'd think that you were torturing them or something, and all you're doing is just holding them at the time. But yeah, it was hard the first time that I did it. It gets easier as I go, but I'm not still 100% confident every time. I do have a little nerves going every time, but yeah, I have nothing against anybody who chooses one way or another. I was just giving you some reasons why we do it. A lot of people do keep them on for the safety of the goats, though, and I understand that too. You've got predators around; they need to be able to defend themselves. Let's see. Duct tape holds the band in place. Oh, okay. Well, now that makes more sense. I was trying to picture it, and I just couldn't. Again, I know nothing about raising cows. We're just winging it, baby. Just winging it, hoping that it all goes well. I will definitely have to give that a try, though. Yeah, around the horns. Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely have to give it a try. Because that does concern me with Dazzle, our female cow. Well, I guess you would consider her a heifer right now, since she's 6 months old now and not a calf anymore. But we do want to keep her here. She's real. She she's a good girl, and my son has bonded with her and loves her. And my mother was the one that named her, and so we would like to keep her around. Um, but the missing the opportunity on the horns, that was making me consider not keeping her and going and getting a different cow that had been dehorned or disbudded or whatever it is you call them. I think you would call it the same thing on cows. I'm just not sure. But that would have upset Little pretty good because he has really bonded with her. She was the first of the calves that would follow him around and stuff like that. And so she is his favorite. But, when it comes to safety and being able to milk without big horns, I don't know how you would get them in the stanchion right if they have the big horns. I'm sure people do. I just don't know how that would work out for us. But it's certainly an interesting life. You go down to the barn and you never know what animal is going to do what or what shenanigans they're going to pull for the day. Stepping back in time, Kentucky. Um, love to have some Highland cows, but 5,000 each is wow. Yes, that is a little pricey. Whoosh. Ooh, better be some good T-bones in there. That price. Oh goodness, that is a lot of money. See, we went with the bottle calves because of the price. Um, we got them for like $60 a piece, or maybe it was 65, but I think it was $60 a piece. And yeah, I had to drive halfway across Kentucky to get them, but I'm always up for a good road trip. love road trips. And my little is the same way. He's been itching for a road trip so bad. He told us the other day we went to take my mom to a dentist um, in the next town away, and oh, they're miniature type cows. Oh, yeah. So they are they the ones smaller than the Dexters and have the real long hair? Is that what those are? The Highland cows. Um, but anyways, we went to um, take her to the dentist, and on the way back, he's because we go that way to go to Myrtle Beach, and on the way back, he said, "Nope, nope, turn around. Let's go to Myrtle Beach. I don't want to go home. I want to go to the beach." And then when we told him no, we can't go to the beach, then he's like, "Well, let's go up north." And oh, he's just itching for a road trip. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Those long-haired calves, they're pretty cool. Um, it's probably been about 15 years ago when some of our friends that have horses, they had gotten some of those, and I couldn't remember the name of them, but they were really, really small, and that real long hair on them, and it was like, oh, those are so cool. I'd never seen a cow like that before in in real life, you know. Actually, I don't think I'd even seen one on TV or anything at that time. But yeah, they were really cute. But oh man, that is a lot of money for them. But we seen when I seen those bottle babies listed for sale, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing this. And so then I started looking around too at, well, is that a good deal for bottle babies? Because I have no idea. Never had one before. And so I started looking online on Craigslist and stuff, and seeing the prices of the full grown cows that were selling everything that were for sale and everything, and I was like, well, I don't know anything about cows. I don't know if that's a good deal or not, but I was thinking, well, at that price, I can just go buy these bottle babies, these bottle calves, and it's just the amount for their feed and stuff as they need it, and then grow them out myself, and I won't have nowhere near as much money into them, and especially not all at once. And yeah, now that I know a little better, I probably would have been better off just going ahead and getting a already full grown cow with a calf on its side, or already pregnant. Um, because by the time you grow these babies out, as much feed and stuff as they eat, then I'm pretty sure you have probably about the same amount of money into them. If not a little more, because that milk is expensive, that milk replacer. But definitely looking forward to getting to breed Dazzle for the first time, and getting a little calf born here. A calf that she will take care of, and not me running a million trips to the barn with bottles. Getting them past the first month is the hardest part. Yes. We actually had bought 4 bottle babies, and within just a couple of days, one of them had scours, and we treated it with all the stuff. I have a friend who raises cattle, and she was telling me what to get and how to give it to them and stuff, and so we did all of that, but um, she did not make it, and so my friend told me, she said, Holsteins are born looking for a way to die. She said, there's nothing that you did wrong. It was a long trip to haul them, and they just, they look for a way to die from the time that they're born. But the other ones, they did fine. We didn't have any problems out of those, and um, they they did great. They're pretty big and strong now. Yeah, getting them past the first month is the hard part. We have a mixture we give our bottle baby goats that we have never had scours on. Ooh, I would really appreciate that recipe. I've never had to bottle feed one of the baby goats. You know, we've never lost a mama or anything like that, and we try to breed them to where we always have other does that will be having babies within the same amount of time, you know, and that way, if something did happen, that we could use the milk from the other mamas to feed to the babies. Um, and thankfully, we've never had to, but you just never know. You just never know. And I've heard a lot of people say do not feed your baby goats the milk replacers from the stores, that they always have a lot of problems with them. Of course, if you didn't have any option, what else would you do though? Used it for years. I would really appreciate that recipe that you mix up for that. It would be great to keep on hand. Do you have a video of it showing where you mix it up and give it to them? Oh my goodness, it's 8:30 already. I'm gonna have to get out of here. North has to go to work early in the morning. He gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's going to have to get in bed. And I came in the bedroom because them boys are out there eating Halloween candy and watching TV. And I figured that was destined to be a little loud in there. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. I'm going to write that down. And I'm going to have to get off of here. It's been fun hanging out with you all. I appreciate you stopping by, learning a little bit more about each other, and um, getting a little less stress off of election day. Um, so let's see. Stepping back in time, Kentucky. It's 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 can of condensed. That's condensed sweetened milk, or is there any other kind of condensed milk? um, non-filled. Non-filled. And 1 gallon of whole milk. If they need a boost, add a little molasses. Oh, yeah, sweet stuff always always perks me right up. Of whole milk. Okay. Oh, it looks like I'm buffering. Mm. My internet does do that every once in a while. Well, stepping back in time in Kentucky, I really appreciate that. Just condensed, not sweetened. Oh, I'm going to make me a note on that. Not sweetened. All right. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that so much. Well, it's been fun hanging out with you all, but I have to get off of here so that North can get in bed. I hope you have a great night. It's been fun hanging out with you all. It's been fun doing this little test live stream. And, oh, I really like it. I think I'm going to do it again. So y'all have a good night. And it's been great fun. Thanks for stopping in. You had fun? Till next time. You're welcome. Had fun till next time. You too, stepping back in time, Kentucky. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.